All right, very good. Looks like we are live on TikTok. You guys, let me know if you can hear me and see me all right. Ezzy is here saying hello. Come on up. Oh, I love you. I love you. Welcome everyone on Instagram. Please let me know if you can hear me and see me all right. And it looks like we are live here on YouTube. Same thing. Let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. And Ezzy, say hello to Ezzy. Come on up, Mama. Say hi to everybody. Come on up. Here's your chair. I gave you a chair. There we go. Oh, say hi, Mama. Say hi. She is into it tonight. You can even sit up here. I will let you. So welcome everyone. We're just going to give this a second to let a few people tune in before we get into tonight's show. But tonight is all spirit messages. This is a show that you guys voted in when I ran all of my test shows. You guys absolutely ate this up. This is where I am channeling your deceased pets, your past loved ones, your ancestors, guides, angels, whoever it is that comes through and has a message for you. You can also direct this show, which is part of the reason I think you guys love it so much, where you can ask to hear specifically from a past loved one or spirit, and you can ask them a question. So, for example, you could say, I want to hear from my father, Ralph, and I want him to talk about my current marital status. Okay. Whatever it is, anything goes, but it is all mediumship, all the time. Okay. Nature Calls You says you can hear and see me. Thank you. Because I forgot I was even supposed to be looking for that. I'm a little loopy tonight. So I'm going to be taking a lot of notes so I don't lose track of what I'm saying. Normally when I'm channeling, I'm fine. But like as a person functioning normal, it's not so good today. Low quality stuff. Okay. I'm barely adulting at all. So I do want to make a couple quick announcements also before we get started here. First of all, thank you so much to my YouTube members. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate your support so much. Marcia V, Crystal Henhock, Nature Calls You, Terry Cruz, Angie Johnson, Lucy Marsh, McKenna, Jennifer Cole, Jennifer Barone, Abby Hicks, Stella Marie, Yolanda Fisher, Kim Elizabeth, Denise Bennett, Jayla Hilly, Edgar Velardes, Melissa S., Christine Watts, Miami Heat 305-ish, CJG, Shauna Dempsey, Demetris, Language Through Connection, Deanna Marie, Murray D, Chicken Mama, Tristan Marion, Me Love, 716, Andrea M, and Vanessa. Now, if you want to become a YouTube member, go on to my channel at Ask Ivy the Medium, hit the join button. The 3 different tiers of membership options are going to pop up. My members are getting things like a monthly horoscope, a monthly mini class. They actually have their monthly mini class. So if you become a member tonight, you'll be able to join. That's tomorrow. And it's on how to do psychic readings for yourself using a yes or no answer system. So every month I'm teaching something fun. They get an Ask Ivy exclusive show, direct email readings, monthly or weekly rather. They get spirit messages. So it's a ton of fun. Check it out. Coming up, we do have, hi Ivy, audio is great. Okay, Demetris is here. Hi, Demetris. Okay, thank you. Good. Looks like everything on all platforms is fine. We have empathic awareness training coming up. So I teach empathic awareness to doctors and therapists and educators. I started teaching this about 15 years ago to my psychic mediumship students and then to the general public. And then it kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's really designed for intuitives, neurodivergents, and empaths. There are 4 different levels to empathic ability. And if you are any of the 3 of those categories, you're going to have struggles, okay, with your empathic ability at any of the 4 levels. It can lead to a lot of misdiagnoses and disorders. I can't prescribe or diagnose, but a lot of those disorders disappear once they take the empathic awareness training. This is why doctors and therapists and educators are constantly in here taking this. Okay. So I break down for 2 hours all of the different levels, 4 of them, of empathic ability. I train you and educate you in where all of this overconsumption of energy is coming from, how to control it, and then how to put it back out. All right. So it's revolutionary. If you know of someone who needs it, gift it to them. Registration is now open, so you could do it from the comfort of your own home on Tuesday, which is February 10th. I'm sorry. Yes, I think so. It's this upcoming Tuesday, okay, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. You can also, if you don't want to join live with all of us, or you can't just get the video download. And if you don't want to wait, it's already up on the website, the last one I taught, okay? We also have Meet Your Guides class. Registration is now open for Meet Your Guides March 3rd and Coffee with Your Angels on March 10th. And those classes introduce you to your guides, your angels, who are pointed to you before you come to Earth, and educate you on what their real tasks are, how to not confuse them with other spirits, and how to increase communication with them. All right, so those are also a lot of fun. My psychic mediumship course has begun. If you are late register, I can get you in here for as long as you do it within the next couple weeks. So the psychic mediumship course started last week. We are entering into week 2, which is the empathic awareness class. All right, I think, is that pretty much it? Oh, book your haunted sleep over here. So everyone was asking, Diana and Kim, my producers, like, where is she filming? What is this place? This is the 1882 Victorian funeral home. This was the Francis Rhodes house, and then it became a successful funeral home for over 55 years, the Gardner Coletti Funeral Home. And then it sat vacant for 16 years, and I bought it up a couple years ago. Everything is perfectly preserved in here, original woodwork, absolutely phenomenal. So we are on the historical trail of Chautauqua County. We are on the haunted history trail of New York State, because it is so ridiculously haunted here. And yes, I live in it. So you can come sleep with up to 25 of your friends. We are 2 blocks from the beach. You can book a ghost hunt with your group. I love you very much. Yes. Okay, so check it out. It's up on the website. Also, if you need to book a reading, a healing, a psychic fair, or a party with me, go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. I work internationally, simple self-booking system. All of this information is up there. Book your, holiday parties also. Okay, anytime. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into this today. Again, I am a little loopy. Bear with me. Did Bad Bunny play? Is he done? I wanted to get in here after Bad Bunny played. I didn't get to see anything on this. How did he do? Let me know in the comment section. I'm obsessed with him. I have been since I saw him wearing ladies' clothes a couple years ago, and he did it so well. He's absolutely phenomenal. He deserves the utmost respect and adoration and support from us. All right, let's go ahead and get into this today. Could you please stop, Ezzy? She is going to be a rascal before we get started. Okay, let me get a little catnip. There's a little catnip. You want to catch your ball? 1, 2, 3. Go get it, mama. Get it. All right, let's see where we are. Welcome, everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Arawak, and this is my All Spirits show. So it's all spirit messages all the time. If you have a specific loved one who has passed, a pet that you would like to hear from, you can drop a $10 donation, give me the first name of that person or pet, and ask a question. If you have a specific question for your guides, for your angels, for your ancestors, you can also do that. Anything goes. However, some people don't have anything in particular. They just want to hear what comes through. So that's also an option. So you would just say like any messages, basically. And whatever spirits are coming through for you today, I will deliver out that message. You can also get this up on my website anytime for yourself or to gift it to another who needs it. and you would go on to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com, and click on Spirit Message, and we'll get that right out to you. All right, the first one coming up here is Melsubia or Melsubi75. Yes, he played and was amazing. All right, I am so I'm going to watch everything Bad Bunny for the next 48 hours. I'm going to binge on TikTok, I'm sure. He's so cute. All right, Anna Pekka, here we go. Anna Pekka says, I'm looking to hear from a great-grandparent about my next steps in career and whether I should move or stay in my home this year. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to write this down. Okay, from a great-grandparent. Okay, but no specific great-grandparent. Now, if you guys do have someone specifically you want to hear from, you need to give me the first name so I can call them forward. Next steps in career and whether to stay in my home. Okay, so a couple things. This year. Okay. So Anna, when I'm going over here with your loved ones, you do have what feels like grandfather coming through mom's side of the family, grandmother coming through dad's side of the family, and grandmother coming through mom's side of the family. So 3 different ones, keeping an eye on you. As far as that last question, I feel like that's going to be easier to answer. So we're just going to go over there first. I don't know. But we'll see. Should she be staying in the home this year? Staying in the home this year? Well, I mean, it's really debatable. He doesn't think so. Grandma on mom's side says like you could get out of there. Feels like you want to get out of there. She's more throwing it back in your court and being like, what do you want to do? Okay. And then grandma on dad's side is a little bit like, we need to keep moving forward. We need to keep moving forward. Take it how it resonates. Those are their opinions on the situation. Okay. I feel like it's time to move. That's what I feel like I'm getting off of them, in case that wasn't clear. Okay. Next steps in your career. What next steps should she be taking in her career? Yeah, this is a little more complicated. So when I go over here with grandma, mom's side of the family, she's talking about you need to get organized first. It's like, I need everything written out on paper. I need something about correspondence. There needs to be more correspondence with maybe people who can direct you a bit better, who have accomplished what you want to accomplish, or who are already sort of in the fields, out working, like know the land, like know the lay of the land. Okay. Know how to get from A to B. Essentially, there is more organization, in her opinion, that needs to happen before you're making any significant changes. And that organization should be based on what you actually want to accomplish here. So it's sort of like she's saying, where are your notes? Like, where's your outline? And she reminds me of a very traditional, like, teacher, mother, grandmother type, where it's like she's helping the kids with their homework. It's like, you can't turn this essay in this way. Where's your cover? Where's the title? Where's the header? Where's the heading? Where's your index? Where are you citing where you got this information from? Like, you can't just run into it. Like, you can't just turn this in. It's great, right, as a body of work, but it's missing a lot of detail. And I think it's really important, that part, because grandfather is agreeing and your other grandmother is agreeing when we talk about citing. Okay, we talk about citing our references. When we talk about citing information, making sure it's accurate, dates, times. Where did I collect this info, to make sure it's true? Because before you're making any changes, what is true to you? And that has a lot to do with your past. This is stuff that's already written. Okay, when we do a citation list, for example, these are sources that you're taking from. So what has your past shown you in regards to what's missing now? Like, where did you want to be? Okay, looking back a little bit more. So I think there's more work. I think you need to flesh more of this out. They will be helping you with that. Your grandfather says it's like dominoes. You hit one and it all goes down very, very quickly. So any moves you make are going to be fast, and they may be final. All right, so something to keep in mind. Ultimately, once you figure out the specific details on where you want to be headed, you clean a little bit of this up, I think it's going to start coming to you and to unfold that way. So the opportunities will be there for you to grab. All right. They love you very much. Thank you. We are going to move on to another one. This is from Edgar. Edgar says, any messages that spirit guides or ancestors would like me to know right now? I feel confident about my career path moving forward. I've been working on myself a lot overall. Something led about this year overall. Oh, excited about this year. Okay. So any spirit messages? Any spirit messages? He's excited about the way life is going. Any comments on that? I'm just hearing you should be. You have a gentleman coming through who you've spent several lives with. This feels like grandfather energy, but it also goes back to another life where he looks very native, and you guys may have been together in a indigenous tribal situation. So overall, he's saying you should be, because you had to clear your throat chakra to get here. Now, you're not at the finish line. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Yeah. But you have penciled in your name. It's almost like you've signed on the dotted line, or you've signed on the X, like you have signed this contract already. Now, it's not ink, but it's about to be. Okay, which is final results, final karmic payout, the final chapter, the end of the old, the beginning of the new. Something about February being important, March being important, May being important, the end of June being important the last 2 weeks. And then it seems like we're rolling very, very quickly. Your money may skyrocket in July. He said there is a lot that you have to look forward to. It's really important, too, that you stay centered. It's almost like some people get, famous, or some people finally get acknowledged, or some people get that level up that they've been working so hard toward or waiting so long for, and they lose sight of themselves. They lose touch with maybe their humanity or their more humble, down-to-earth nature, that understands that we're all one. And their lives become so much about presentation or the hustle or production that it can become a little bit performative. And for some people, it becomes so performative that they lose their charm altogether. I think that what he's warning you about is essentially how big all of this is for you. When you clear your throat chakra, and he's showing several other lifetimes where he had been assisting you in clearing your throat chakra, challenging you sometimes, yes, okay, but ultimately assisting you in clearing your throat chakra. This isn't something you are doing right now and potentially doing permanently and forever. It's not from just childhood in this life. This goes so far back. It's almost ancient with you. So the payout is going to be ridiculously huge. And it's really important that you remember, he just said, remember your roots, remember where you came from, which is like, I came from all of these hardships, and I want to honor them at all times and stay within my true character, my authentic self, my real design, in order to pay it forward. It's essentially hold the door open for others, instead of being like, all right, the party's here. And while you may hear this and be like, I would never do that. It's, I think, shocking and absolutely mind-blowing how many people do. Okay. It can be intoxicating. And you just want to hold on to where you came from, stay down to earth. But this is absolutely beautiful. He's very, very proud of you. He's just talking about how strong you are, okay, for coming this far, and that the finish line is like right there. So exciting. All right, let's move on to another one. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, this is unlimited tonight. I can't always do that, but I can tonight. So if you already sent in a question and a donation, and you're like, oh, you know what? I would also like to hear from so-and-so or receive a general, go ahead and pop it in. You can do as many as you want tonight. Let's move on to Who is this for? Oh, I'm sorry. Anne Marie. Okay, Anne, we are on to Anne Marie. Anne Marie said, does Dan have any guidance or messages for me? Dan, messages or guidance? What do you want to say to her? Shut the car door? Is that like shut the front door? And he was like, what do you mean? Never mind. All right. So shut the car door. So he's talking about you being in the driver's seat, okay, in a vehicle, which is symbolic of power. Then you've got a passenger front door, which is the second most powerful symbol in this. You are in control of your life right now, but your passenger door is open. And he doesn't like it. That can mean that you are in a period of time here. He keeps saying 3. I would say 3 weeks is probably what he's referring to here. But I like to double these numbers out to 3 months. Okay. So take it out resonates and just be careful that whole time that you're not leaving the door open for freeloaders, moochers, bottom feeders, those who want a free ride, those who want to ride your coattails, those who think they can just get in and not pay. They're not chipping in for gas. They're not looking to do a trade. They're not looking to fill your cup. They simply know that you are doing well. You are in an earned position of power. And people who are moochers see someone in an earned blood, sweat, tears, long, dirty journeys, all the effort you've put in. They see someone in that position of power and they go, well, they have enough to go around. They should give me some of that. They won't feel it if I just take a little bit. And they're vampires. And that's exactly what they choose to do. That's a strategic move on their behalf to come in and siphon just a little bit off of you. Now, what this tells me is that you have a bunch of people who are going to try to get a free ride. Okay. They're going to try to get in your vehicle, so to speak. And he says, Dan says, it's not even about, and he may have done this with you. It's like an apology just popped in here. It's like, I'm sorry. I think, he's a little ashamed of himself, a little tail between the legs. Rightfully so. He's talking about entitlement. All right. He may have even done this to you where he felt entitled to your caretaking, to your support, but he's also, he has karmic debt to you in this area. To help you correct this, you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to take responsibility. He never would have been able to take, nor will any of these other people, if you close the door, if you lock it too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to argue with anybody about this. Like, I think that should be your attitude. Like, we're not even going there. Like, the door is literally locked. You can knock on the window. You can blow your hot breath on it. You can stay out there in the cold as long as you want. You know what I mean? I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not doing it. So this is about you karmically elevating with deliberate intent yourself going forward in this series of tests, okay, where you repeatedly say until the universe says, okay, she's proven herself. She's walking out the lesson. She's holding the line. You have to choose to say no. And it feels like this battle is not between you and the door, or you and who's on the outside of the door, what they're asking for. It's not between you and Dan anymore. It's not any of that. It's between you and you. Okay. It's between the fleshy you, the fleshy Anne Marie, and your higher mind that knows what's right. And that battle to say, like, well, I can give it, so I should give it. Isn't that what being a good person is? No. Being a good person is self-love, boundaries, being balanced. Okay. So you're redefining all of this. He said, I'm not going to say I'm proud of you yet. Let's see how you do. He's fairly confident he's going to have to step in. a few times because he also said, don't forget when people come at you looking for stuff, they're quick. Okay. It happens in an instant. I mean, they're very pushy. They're very fast. It's like you don't even have time to think. Slow your roll. Okay. You control the clock on this. Possibly some people resurrecting from the past with this as well. All right. But he loves you very much. And again, he apologizes. I feel like you should apologize to yourself too. I feel like that's a general message for anyone who tends to overgive and not make sure you're receiving. You know, it is our programming, especially if you're a woman, but you know, we have to own that and apologize to ourselves and keep going, correct it hard and fast. All right, let's go move on to another one. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Manny's people, please come forward. Manny says, hi, Ivy. Can I receive a message from my dog, Kiske? Kiske, pronounced Kiske, who passed a couple years ago. Thank you. Okay, Kiske, you're up. What do you want to say? You know, there's Kiske comes in with red and blue balls that are almost like a hard rubber type of ball. Not sure what these would be used for if this was like a bigger game, but I mean, it's definitely a dog toy. This can also just represent in general, play with me in general. Okay. Play with me. So take it out, resonates. But the red one is about you feeling more powerful in your life, being seen as more of a power player through play. And the blue one is about you feeling more self-empowered through play. So we would say the blue one is more like caretaking, self-love, right? Self-care, pouring into yourself. And he brings up times when it's almost like you seem preoccupied with everyone else. And so you're like, well, I'm going to get distracted with that, or this thing needs to be done, or how can I go over here and pay attention to this person instead of like putting it back into you. All right. So Kiske is trying to get you to manage that a little bit better. And it's going to come through most visitations. Okay. So I'm hearing for the next 2 months are going to come through play. You may literally hear balls or see balls rolling or think out of the corner of your eye, you just saw a ball, you saw something move. This could also come through orbs. And in particular, when the veil is lifted between the worlds, so you're dozing off and you're waking up. I also feel some level of regret. So if this was having to put Kiske down or having to make big decisions about some health issues, there may have been something going on with the organs here. And feeling as though those decisions were really hard. You almost seem to want to back out from having to even look at any of that or make those decisions. But I feel like you gave Kiske a beautiful life. There is so much gratitude here, and that includes the ending, okay, and respect. We want to remember that that's something to celebrate, that they can have a peaceful ending like that instead of the way humans are treated in the end, like just money. Let's see how long we can drag this out and torture them for cash. So it is something to celebrate, even though it carries that mourning sort of energy with it, because it's hard. Those are hard decisions. You know, he also seems to be jumping up on the bed, and it's like, I'm jumping over here and I'm jumping over here and I'm jumping over here. And it's a little frantic. It's a little bit of a mess. Okay. So you may be sound asleep and then feel bam, 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 almost like ping pong. You know, it's like a jumping, very kind of wild energy. And then it's like, I'm going to get down. I'm going to put my hands down. I'm going to get down and I'm just going to quietly lay. I'm going to stare at you. Okay. So just pay attention to a lot of movement, a lot of activity, and then a feeling like you're being watched. But I think this is also a gateway to dreams. All right. So expect to see him in, I want to say 2 dreams. Okay. And I keep getting girl energy off of him. I'm not sure if that's just, he's well balanced, but very, very protective while also being very in tuned with you emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Mental stress. Okay. So I feel like he comes around a lot more when you are mentally distressed. Right now, I think you're in a pretty good place, though. You just need to play a little bit more. All right. Yes, Ezzy. And Ezzy agrees. And Ezzy agrees. She's going to go wild as the animals start coming through. This is becoming a routine. All right. A ton of love to you, Manny. This may also be a birthday or anniversary or passing anniversary right around this time. So a red rose is being mentioned here for that. And let's move on. Ow, mama, you're making me bleed. Stay down. You can come up here. You can come up here. Let me get her a little more catnip. I don't think she did anything with the last. Go. Want some catnip? Get it, mama. Get it. Get it. All right. Let's see where we are. Deanna Alt says, hi, Ivy. I'd like to hear from my guides on whether the tarot journaling app I am creating is aligned with my path and if I should keep expanding it. Okay, so we have Anna Alt wants to know from the guides whether the tarot journaling app, okay, is on the path and expansion. Okay, let's take a look at this. Work and money guide for Deanna Alt. What is this? In part, I don't feel like you should spend too much time there. What your work and money guide is talking about is looking at it, doing it, having an adventure with it, learning a whole heck of a lot from top to tail, how to design it, networking with other people, partnerships, opinions, comments, publishing, redesigning, artwork, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this just goes off into like 50 different directions. I could see straight out of the gate, at least 50. Now, that's where the value is for you. All right. This is simply the gateway through which you can learn and experience all of that. So I love this for you. There is this sense here, though, of you needing to be ready when it's time to leave it and launch into something else. You need to be ready to do that. So you need to be entering into this with an attitude at all times of like, this is a stepping stone project. Now, that's not to say that it's going to like disappear or fall apart or you're just going to end it. It can mean that you're handing it off to someone else. It can mean that you're ready to go on to other things. Okay. And in your expansion process, we're sort of shifting out of this into something bigger. And it could involve you teaching and speaking and leading or training others in something similar to this, but it's like I heard modifications or other modalities. So yeah, it's the beginning of something bigger. I think ultimately what you're looking for is some increased opportunity, and you'll get that through the expansion. Yes, which will come. That's a guarantee. I mean, I don't even think you could follow that up. I really don't. Not with this many opportunities. There's no way you would. So just pay attention to everything. See the bigger picture, okay? And you'll do just fine. You'll do great. But I do think that there's a desire, and this is coming more from your joy guide who watches over your mental and emotional well-being and your spiritual development. There's a desire here to express your soul. I started a show, this is a great example on here, called Dear Ivy. I don't know if you've watched it, but it's just me talking. It's free. It's just me giving advice. And I started that show because as a kid, I would read the Dear Abby columnist. And I was obsessed with her. And I wanted to do that. Okay. That's an expression for me. It's something I want to do. I mean, I'm happy doing any of this, but it's something I want to do for me. You know, understand? That's what is coming up here with this, is that you need to look a little bit more deeply into what your soul really wants to express. This is your wisdom. You know, this is your advice. This is your guidance for others' healing. Meaning they don't come to you for healing. You give them the tools to heal themselves. You know, these are experiences that you are now able to teach on from the struggles, the alchemy, the long, dirty journeys that you've transmuted into power. You know, you want to give that out. So don't limit yourself. Just remember, at the core, this is what your soul wants, what your higher mind wants, what is truly in alignment with your life contract. And these are simply the outlets, okay, through which you can launch and explore that and expand upon that. But yes, it looks real good. Very nice. Very nice. Fun too. All right, let's move on to another one. We have, is this AMD Anne Marie? Anne Marie said, I highly recommend getting a private reading with Ivy. It is life-changing. Thank you, Anne Marie. Absolutely. Anne Marie is an old client. Yes, and you guys can book a reading at any time. Just go onto my website, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. I do work internationally. Thank you so much. Manny said, thank you, Ivy. I have been feeling and sensing movements around my bed. I'm glad my dog has been around. Pretty cool. Thank you. Yeah. And I think a lot of people can feel that when they jump up or they jump down or they're trying to lay on a certain part of you, and it's often when we're a little sedated, sleepy, totally asleep, or just before we wake up, we'll notice that. Beautiful. Thank you, Manny. We have another one coming in. This one is going to be for Mindy, aka Love and Beloved. Mindy said, hi, Ivy. Hey, Mindy. Is there a past life connection for me with World War II? World War II. I've been drawn to reading personal accounts of survivors of the Holocaust ever since I was young. Oh, right. Okay, let's see what's going on with this. Okay, is that the end of the question? I think it is, right? Okay. So, I keep feeling a connection to that time and people, she said. Okay, yes. So we are going to call in your Akashic record guide and see what your Akashic has to say about this. Akashic for Mindy, World War II, Holocaust. Ezzy doesn't like this question. This is a disturbing one. Yes. Come on up here. Come on up. Join me. Come. I love you. What I'm seeing is a monster. Okay. It's in a human body. Very evil doctor type. Was it Dr. Kevorkian or something? I don't remember the names of these things, but I think that there is some. It looks like you would have gotten tied up in some business where you were serving. Okay, it feels like I'm serving, but there is a sense here of having to deal with this doctor type. I don't know that he's a real doctor. He seems to be assisting another doctor. He seems to be there torturing, just doing damage experiments on people. And I will just say this. There did come a time of liberation. But by then I feel like a lot of it was too late. Okay. So you seem to be tied up in all of this where you are sometimes looking out of the eyes as a victim. And I'm going to figure out what your guide is trying to say with this. Okay. But this could be the experience that you're having with like flashbacks, dreams, time travel dreams, deja vus, recollections of your own, but also when you are reading material, watching videos, watching the documentaries and things like this. Okay, so you could be getting it from a couple different angles, two in particular. And that is that you are watching through the eyes of someone who was tortured by this monster. You may also be watching through that same victim's eyes, but watching other people around you who are also experiencing the same thing. So it's like us versus them. And then you may be experiencing some of this as an outside soldier who comes in to arrest this monster, who is looking for evidence, is making sure that we have what we need, whether it be for trials or an ability to keep this person locked up and locked away, trying to expose other people that were involved with this, because like I said, it was him. And he's got like dark hair. He's quite pale. He's got a real oval face. Light eyes. Yeah, he's real pasty. Blue eyes. Long fingers, like lady hands. Like, I'm hearing a bad word about him, but I want to use that one out loud. Let me find something else. He's kind of almost got a feminine demeanor about him. You know, he's a little, you know, a little flamin' here. He's definitely would have been into that. Okay, like experimenting with some of the other guys there. Okay. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. Okay, this is pretty bad. This is bad. Wow. I think that ultimately what you're going to be seeing is how to catch him and how to connect him to the other people who are also doing this. And it's for the sake of getting justice. Okay. So there's a lot there. Yeah. You were there, but you are also being called to, whenever we were somewhere, especially something as horrific or dynamic as this, you know, whenever we were involved in any way, we are going to, in future lives, hence your experience right now, right? We are in future lives going to continue the work. So your job in all of this, we want to narrow it down, is to tell the stories, to retell the stories, to make sure that the tales are being heard. Okay, so we're not repeating history. Come on up. Come on up, big girl. Come on up, big girl. All right, thank you, Mindy. That's intense. You seem to handle it well. You seem to be like pretty matter of fact about it. Some of us are called to deal with it. You know, you certainly are. All right, let's move on to another one. This is for K Perialis from TikTok. Okay, so again, it's K Periels. My question is, what am I missing or needing to learn from these experiences I'm having lately? Okay, K Perialis, what am I supposed to learn from these experiences lately? Okay. So I'm going to call on your guides for that, because that's literally what they do 24/7 all the time. They're obsessed with it. They love this opportunity. Okay. So what is K Periel supposed to be learning from all of this? Self-discovery, your power, and boundaries. So let's break that down. Self-discovery, your power, and boundaries. So self-discovery, I think what they're trying to say here with this is that you're sort of figuring out more of like who you are, what abilities you have, what you think, how you operate from a more authentic place versus just sort of getting pushed around by the world. You know, most people are just like out here at sea, and it's like, I'm not mindful, and I don't know, I'm just a victim to circumstance, and well, I can't be held accountable. And it's a very lazy, sloppy approach to the human existence on Earth. Okay. The point of us being here is to get the upper hand in every way, shape, and form so that we can, you know, we can use the experience, not be used in the experiment. It's like you have shifted a lot through some of these experiences and understanding more, but there needs to be even more of it on self-discovery. All right. So what have you figured out about yourself? What more do you need to see about the way that you think, the way you operate? Okay. What is truly in alignment with your authentic self? versus when you feel like you're getting sort of taken for a ride. All right. This is leading into, I think the way Spirit gave this is it's almost like a timeline. Okay. So, or you could say it this way, it goes like 1, 2, 3. All right. And that's the only way it's really going to make sense. And you're going to be able to fully comprehend what to do with all of this. So it's self-discovery. Number one, that automatically leads into your power. Now, what Spirit means by your power in this is that you have some. You have a lot more than what you thought you did, and you need to start using it. So there's a lot of opportunity in all of this for you to become more powerful in your self-awareness, your existence, deliberate in clearing your throat chakra. Oh my God. Holy shit. You have been silenced. Somebody silenced you. It was brutal and it didn't take long. 3 good hits and you were silenced for life. Only you're not. And that's the thing to remember. Okay. You could easily be. You are breaking through your throat chakra. Block. Okay. You are able with this power to take your voice back. That means I'm going to speak my truth, whatever it is. I don't care how big or small it is. I'm going to speak my truth at all times. And B, when you do speak your truth and it's disregarded, disrespected, nothing changes, nothing happens, you come at it again. You come at it in another way. You maybe set a boundary. Sometimes that boundary is walking away, whatever it has to be. You tackle it again until your throat chakra is cleared. Okay. And then the third thing is boundaries. Oh, well, that's funny because like I literally just said that. Did I not just say that? The third thing is boundaries. So when we talk about boundaries in something as big as this, we're not just talking about you setting a boundary. We're talking more importantly about you maintaining a boundary, because a lot of people, especially when they're dealing with throat chakra issues, they can do it. They can pop out and they can do it, right? It makes them shake, but they do it. It's when it's tested that they fail. So no backpedaling on a boundary. It's holding the boundary. It's maintaining the line, okay? Holding the line. There's a lot there through these experiences. These are the most important things for you to be paying attention to, you know, and a lot of it is like entertaining and interesting and curious and this and that and the other. And that's great. That's just to make it palatable. Okay. If the universe is going to be making you, you know, eat the meat and vegetables, they got to put a little sugar on top. So some of it may just seem curious, you know, but no, that stuff is important. It also feels like you're getting tested, like you're getting hit again and again and again and again through some unpleasant stuff. And sometimes that's necessary to make you wake up. Okay. Wake up and take your power back. It's like being poked or irritated. Okay. Thank you for your question, Kate Piranellis. Sorry if I massacred that name. On TikTok, we are going to move on to another one. Are you under my chair? Where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mama? All right. Next up is Mark, aka Nature Calls You, a general reading as directed by Spirit. Okay, thank you. For Mark, what do you guys have for Mark? There's a gentleman coming through. Feels like paternal energy. May have served. Feels militant, military. But it's like I could wear the suit. I could wear the badges. I could wear the charms. I could wear the honor. I could wear all this stuff. But oh my God, I just went deaf in the left. Okay. But at the core of who I am, I'm more humanitarian than that. I have sort of revolutionary mentality. I do think outside the box, and I want that for you. And I want people to have their freedom. You know, this is someone who served and didn't like serve in a BS way, you know, where they're actually like NAZ, you know what I mean? Like they actually served for people's freedom. And so When the government acts up, it's not like I'm going to blindly follow, right? I'm going to actually rebel against that too then, because this is what I served for. So he's passionate. Like he knew what he was doing. He knew why he was there. And it did come from a humanitarian heart and space. He's talking about you having the best of his qualities. Now, I don't know if he was drafted, because there also seems to be something where it's like, if I didn't go, I would have been drafted anyways. But it's almost like you may have chosen more in your life to stay out of that type of lifestyle. He's really proud of you in that you seem to be able to carry on some of his work, where you are helping people. You're nurturing. He said nurturing others, because it seems as though he said, my demeanor after serving in the military and just even being just a man at that time in general, it was kind of cold. It was he said he was isolated. Now he's surrounded by all this, family and friends and people, but I'm isolated. You seem to be more intact than he was. And so the work that he wanted to carry on because of his demeanor, I think he's actually talking about his nervous system and regulation and social acceptability, in addition to what he said. But it's like, you can do this. You can be this person. You can be this well-balanced healing man for others. He said you're always put on the path of a battle. You're always put on a path where you're defending someone. You are always protecting the back of the underdogs. Your service in this life is not so much to a country or a group of people or a concept like democracy. It is to individuals who need you to back them and fight for them. And you always do. And he's so proud of you. And he said that you keep the candle lit, which can mean that you think of him, you talk to them, not just him, but them. You talk to spirit regularly. He said you'll be seeing him in a dream. Now, he said one. So I'm assuming that could be tonight. It could also be tomorrow, but pay attention and jot your dreams down. He said, oh, you're really putting the fire under me. You said it. What is it? A week? Give me a week. Give him a week. One dream within a week. Okay. All right. And he loves you. All right. We are going to move on to another one. This is Maraid. Okay. Thank you, Mark. Maraid is next. Maraid. Hi, Ivy. Hey, Maraid. Any messages from my grandma, Alice? Or my friend, Austin, about my weight loss journey? Whatever comes through is appreciated. Okay. Grandma and Austin. I don't know if you just talked to Austin in the car, but it feels like you just spoke to him and you just said, I want to hear from you. No, also he's talking about being there in the vehicle, messing with your radio, turning the channel, meaning I'm changing the songs. You may also have, if you've been listening in the car to YouTube videos or things like that, he may stop them and replace them with other videos he wants you to hear. He's funny. He's pretty good at this. Okay. He's pretty good at messing with electronics, flickering lights, the computer. Okay. Anything battery operated. But mostly, and his go-to is music or anything you're listening to in audio. Okay. And then what is this? Is it maybe a mantra or some type of meditation that he's trying to put on your path, where he's trying to get you to listen to something that can rewire your brain for weight loss? And it has to do with consistency. Okay. So I will be consistent. I am turning off food noise. I am breaking bad habits. I no longer want sugar. I no longer want carbs. It's almost like you're hypnotizing yourself. I don't know what this is. I don't know who put this program out. I'm not even sure it's a program because I feel like I'm listening to a series of 7 videos. Google it, put it in YouTube search, go on to TikTok. Anyone in the comment section who can help Maraid out here, who did this? Who made this? Maybe you're making it, Maraid. A lot of people are coming out lately and asking. We even had one in this show. People are like, I'm going to design this app. I'm going to publish this thing. I'm going to create an all adventure, like football thing where they can go on these different, all these people are saying these different things lately. Maybe this is something you create, but I feel like Austin is putting it on for you. So this could also be crossing your path. Now, you may need some of that. You may need to rewire your brain. Okay. I fully agree with him here. Your grandmother is saying that you need a little bit more self-love, which is not the same as grace. So you need a little more self-love. And I think what she's talking about here is being able to say to yourself, I am not going to drink this. I am not going to eat this. I'm not going to buy this. I don't want this in the house. I am going to say something positive about myself when I'm in front of the mirror or before I leave the mirror. I'm going to do more with self-love because in discipline, I am increasing my self-care and weight loss journey. Okay, so it's come at it from self-love. But she is noting that this is not the same as grace, which could be where you say to yourself sometimes, well, I'm just too tired to go to the gym, or I'm just too tired to get this workout in. I need to have grace. It was a really hard day. No. I feel she's cracking the whip. Okay, so when it comes down to, can I get this done? So it's self-love and elimination, okay? And it's pushing yourself harder, another form of self-love, and eliminating grace when it comes to the actual weight training, cardio, et cetera, et cetera. I think this combo is really going to work for you. But there does seem to be something going on in your brain that needs to be rewired here in a very real way. And I think it's very curious and a much larger storyline here. But yes. Okay. And they want you to also, both of them collectively just saying, acknowledge how great you've been doing. Now, maybe today you're not feeling amazing about it, but like maybe you did a couple months ago and you got on the scale or something. You're like, I'm down 7 pounds. I see definition. I'm feeling flatter. I'm feeling more like whatever it is, just know what you can accomplish and stay in that vibe. All right. We're going to move on to another one. Good luck, Maraid. Vanessa Dempsey is up next. What do my finances look like in the next 3 months? I just want to stop real quick before I do hers. I forgot to ask everyone to please give this video a thumbs up. If everyone could stop right now and do that, please do subscribe. Drop a comment of any kind, but in particular, I'd love hearing where you guys are tuning in from. All right. And please share this video as well. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Vanessa Dempsey, 3 months finances. Okay, let's tap in with your work and money guide. Interesting. Your guardian angel is coming up on this also. So I don't know if this has been causing you a significant amount of emotional, mental distress, potentially, but angels don't typically show up for this type of activity. It's not even really their domain. This has got to be something that you need to, I see. Okay, my jaw's popping. First of all, you are not to stress about this, okay? It's going to be the opposite, which is true. She knows universal law. We know universal law. When I'm stressed about money, when I'm grabbing onto money, when I need, when I demand, when I'm coming from a place of ego, which is fear, manipulation, and control, I push manifestation away and I increase law of attraction in attracting more situations that are going to cause me to be needy. Okay. So what she wants from you is clarity, calm, cool, collected. She's showing you like a literal cucumber with like googly eyes and little hands, like little skinny arms. They look like, I don't know, pipes, little pipes that we used to use in the 80s to make stuff out of. I don't even know what the heck. It's like, think of yourself like this. Like, I am the cucumber. Okay. I am cool, calm, and collected. I am the cucumber. It's funny because cucumbers are also about inflammation, reducing inflammation. And they're very powerful in that if you eat them, especially on like an empty stomach, I believe, they hit the bloodstream in just the right ways. So like cucumbers have a lot of benefits. It's just interesting to me that she wants you to think of yourself as the cucumber in order to increase these finances and get them up to what looks like a next level you're trying to achieve in order to be able to invest and accomplish some of these other things shortly down the road. I think that your work and money guide is also stepping in here, agreeing with your guardian angel that this is about mental and emotional breakthroughs. So you control your energy. In controlling your energy, you control resources. We can shut our resources down, or we can open the floodgates and increase our resources based on the way we're thinking at any time. Okay, so this is an opportunity for you to level up and create some mastery in your life versus just like hoping that circumstances work out from the world around me. Now, your work and money guide, okay, is also talking about you needing to drop the hammer, or what is the mallet? It's the mallet. It's the, what do we call this thing the judges use? Why can't I think of this? It's like I'm passing some judgment on situations that are draining me, that are no longer useful, that are preventing my growth, that are disruptive. I'm cutting these things out. I am holding the line. I'm not going back. I'm not entertaining that. I'm not being drained. Okay. I am going to also focus more on my title expansion, research I'm doing, training, certifications, okay, anything involving additional like investment into like your title, your work, your understanding about things. That's the other area that needs to be happening here. All right. And that seems to be hitting in the second month out from now. So ultimately, I do see an increase over the course of the next 3 months. But it does seem to call for quite a lot of effort from you in ways that you maybe weren't thinking. All right. Pay attention to that. Yeah. I also see you being able to ultimately level up in such a way where you're kind of coming up and out of what may have been, I don't know if I want to call it a rut, but there is this sense here of like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm done with all of this. I am in a whole new, whether it be like lifestyle, tax bracket, ability, let's just say an ability to do more with your resources, your finances, so that you can start investing in more important things and get the show on the road. Okay. Like with your life in general. This could also affect residency and or the workspace, literally. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Mel Subi says, from California girl here, I am so jealous. I was just there a couple months ago. So gorgeous. All right. Thank you. Love and Beloved is just giving some feedback here. So Love and Beloved said, thank you, Ivy, for hearing and speaking this message for me. It was a lot. You're given confirmation. Oh, you've given confirmation. Thank you. I work today as a therapist giving nonprofit services in special education. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and listen to that one. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that. All right, we are going to move on to another one. This is Melissa Subia says, any messages or advice concerning my son, Chaz? Chaz? What messages do you guys have about Chaz? I feel like, he's one step forward, 2 steps back. He's a little bit stuck in the muck. He may have a tendency to shoot himself in the foot. I have to do the puzzle on TikTok here. So I'm just going to keep yelling. Okay. He may have a tendency to like shoot himself in the foot or wreck any good work that he did. There is this feeling of starting over as well. So, he may be, oh, look at mama on the chair. He may be feeling as though he needs you to assist him in starting over in some way. And he also seems to battle avoidance and escapism, which could look like drinking or drug use, porn addiction, video game playing, excessive overeating. It could also be like excessive daydreaming, or in his case, sometimes isolation or just being around the wrong people. But I'm also hearing detachment to a point of like disassociating. There is nothing you can do, okay, about that. Like there's nothing you could do in those types of circumstances. He needs to start picking up more tools that are given to him by the universe, and he needs to come up with like fewer excuses, okay, as to why I can't or why this won't work or why I won't. Sometimes I hear from him, I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. So this at the root may be a stubborn personality, or we would say like he's too willful where he shouldn't be. Where there should be growth and flexibility, there's willfulness. And then where there, should be the opposite, he doesn't have stick-to-itiveness. So I think ultimately what you're doing here is sort of extending a hand. You're extending some support, but you need to be careful that it's within a very strict balance, like know the boundary line, meaning you are not to overreach, overgive, enable, do it in excess, allow when he's not doing the work or standing on his own 2 feet. You're not to continuously just do it, okay, endlessly. So just be careful. That's what's coming through, okay, about that. All right, thank you, Melissa. We're going to move on to another one. So this is for Nicole. For my business, are there any services I should be offering that I'm not currently offering? Okay, and I don't have the name of the business. I don't even have the initials of the business. I'll wing it. Okay, well, what else should I be offering? Okay. So work and money guide for Nicole. Is there anything additional she should be offering here? I heard like make your own. And they're using the example. No, I don't believe this is a restaurant at all. Actually, it doesn't look like any of that, but they're using the example here of like a pizza, which sounds like a terrible idea when you say to people, come on in, make your own pizza, right? It could very easily go wrong. However, I think it was a fad for a while, and I think it did pretty well, back in like, I don't know, the 90s or the early 2000s, where it was like people were, it was even an episode on Seinfeld, wasn't it? Where people were like making their own pizza, but they were also like burning themselves on the ovens, and there were like lawsuits and stuff. So it's one of these situations where it's like, I don't know how much liberty I want to be giving to the public. Okay. Coming in here and calling the shots. However, I do see that you need to bring in more opportunities for people to kind of mix and match what you're offering or create their own for them to decide what they want, what they need, what's beneficial to them, versus you just sort of putting it out in such a way where it's like cookie cutter, this is what it is. This is how long you get it for. This is what it's going to do for you. It's expanding. Okay. In that area. That's what I would do. Yeah. All right. We have Vanessa saying, thank you so much, Ivy. You are welcome, Vanessa. Thank you. Mel Subi said, thank you. You are so welcome. Nature Calls You said, thank you, Ivy. This may line up with an ancestor I recently learned of while doing some informal genealogy. So cool to learn more about him on a personal level and to know he is connecting with me. Interesting. Yes. 100%. And that is something all of you can do when you're trying to connect with your ancestors, whatever, your deceased loved ones, maybe just even a couple generations back, or you're adopted, or whatever has happened, right? You can always reach out to them in spirit, even though you don't know specifically who you're reaching out to. And you can say, like, come through for me. And they love to come through in the DNA testing. They'll send you also like pennies with certain dates on them. Certain stuff will start crossing your algorithm. They're working it. They love it. Super exciting. All right, let's move on to another one. Just a reminder for those of you tuning in late, this is unlimited. This is all spirit messages. So you are going to drop the name of the spirit pet, or if it's like your guides, your angels, your ancestors that you want to hear from. You can even ask specific questions. So you could say, like, I want to hear from my grandmother Mary, and I want to know about my current business launch. Okay. And that's exactly what they'll come through and talk about. You can also leave it open-ended. So it's like any messages that come through, I'm open to receive. Ayana says, okay, Ayana, what do the next 3 months look like for me? Okay, Ayana, what do you guys want her to know for the next 3 months? I heard nose to the grind. Nose to the grind time. So this is your work and money guide. This is also a little bit your relationship guide, which can mean that there are some networking opportunities coming in here. So it's very possible that you are potentially able to take over something that someone else like dropped, left behind, got fired from, was demoted. It's sitting. It's like sitting. I almost feel you coming and picking it up and being like, okay, I know what I want to do with this. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this. So keep your eyes and ears open. Keep moving forward. There is also this sense of nose to the grind time if you've been trying to create something. Now, this could be like a side hustle, entrepreneurship, independent contracting, business ownership, any of the things. And you're investing in something, though. Okay, this comes through looking like a baby. It also comes through looking specifically like a baby boy. Now, I'm not saying, maybe there isn't a potential child on the way here. Be careful if that's not something you want. We don't want to rule that out. But because we're talking about work and money stuff here, we are looking at action. So when we talk about masculine energy, we are talking about action taking. And I feel like you are almost more revved up, maybe not right now or even in the next like 2 weeks or so, but definitely going from that first month into that second month. It's like, I'm revved up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take action. I want more of this. And I'm excited about that. Meaning you're excited about that. And knowing that even though you're moving forward in some blind faith, that it is time to move forward in blind faith. Okay. There's a time to take calculated risks and understand that the universe has led you to this. You've received enough signs and symbols. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. You've received enough dreams and prophecy, enough reassurance. Okay, enough. Enough. So it's almost like now I need to move. I need to take action. This is my baby. This is my new project. I'm going to protect this. I'm going to pour into this. There's a whole heck of a lot going on there. All right. I feel good about all of that for you, but I do think it's a time to be really disciplined. And if you have, and your guys just calling you out on this a little bit, if you have had a problem with distraction where, and I'm not saying you have ADHD, I can't prescribe a diagnosis, but it's almost like ADD tendencies is like, I'm over here. I start this, I stop this. I, come back to this. I'm lost interest in this. I'm going to do this thing. This thing isn't working. What else? What else? What else? Someone else comes into your life and they make a mess of things. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm just sort of going to allow that. I'm going to hold space for that. Like, you need to kind of clean up here a bit. Okay. Be more militant with what you want to create, where you want to go, where you want to be. Okay. And what is required of you in order to accomplish that at this time? What changes need to be made? All right, thank you. We're going to move on to another one. Thank you, Ayana. This is for Brittany Glasby. Anything from my mom or auntie, please? Okay, so you guys do include the first name. Okay, because I got a lot of moms here. Do include the first name of whoever you're referring to, but that's okay. I can pull them forward, Brittany. Brittany Glasby from mom or auntie. Okay, let's see what's going on. Brittany's mom. Okay. You know, she has a real maternal energy about her, kind of like a grandmother in a mom's body, while also being fun. So she almost reads as like a godmother type or that fun aunt, while being very matriarchal, very maternal, very much so an elder, very wise, very invested in you. When your mother comes through here, just know she loves you very much, and she misses what it feels like conversation, dialogue, banter. She's also giving you a glass of red wine. And this can mean two different things, you know, sort of sitting down and having some, you know, this could also be like tea. This is just taking some time to sit together energetically. She wants you to have almost like appointments, like little dates with her, where you're having a glass or you're drinking your tea and you've designated this like 20 minutes, okay, to just sitting and receiving. It's like ringing a bell. She'll come immediately. Expect tinnitus, okay, the ringing in the ears, and then she puts thoughts, songs, messages in your head. It'll seem like it's your own inner voice. She's been messing with your technology a little bit lately too. I see flickering computer screen, flickering batteries and lights, and like the phone, okay? She's been trying to use technology to communicate with you. Watch for the emojis. I don't know if you're traveling to a mountain, taking a trip somewhere there would be mountains, you're in a mountainous region. This can also be symbolic of you feeling a little bit like you're climbing a mountain right now. Like, I'm in some hard times. I'm tired, you know, I'm climbing. I'm trying to get to the top of the mountain. But just know she's with you, okay? And this is something to celebrate. It's going to turn out well. She almost has a sister energy to her too, where when she's telling you the right way to live, she's getting a little preachy. You know, she does it in a fun sort of sister-like delivery that I think can make you really feel her loss, where it's an irreplaceable bond there. And she's giving a red rose, which is a birthday or anniversary right around this time. This can also be a passing anniversary or just a deep love. Take it how it resonates. I don't know if she was cremated, but there's some talk of ashes here. I'm going to go over to your aunt, you know, also, but she may have been cremated or an unconventional burial. Okay, something about unconventional burial. I feel like you have pictures of them. I'm feeling like mom off to the left. I feel like your aunt to the right. When your aunt comes through here, she's talking about lighting a fire under you because you've been hesitant on getting something done and or cutting someone off. All right. You'll be hearing more from her. Ton of love to you. Thank you. Oh, Suzette and Vicky. Okay. Very good. Very good. And yes, they are together. Absolutely. Mel Subi says, hi, Ivy. Any messages from my mom, Olga, Graham, Maria? Okay. So we've got Olga, Maria, any loved one on anything in my life right now. Okay. Just any messages in general. Mom, Olga, Graham, Maria, for Subia, from Melsubi, Melissa. Yeah. And a gentleman coming in here as well, watching over you like dad energy. When I go over here with your mom, she's talking about you being in a period of recuperation, and please protect your chest. Please protect your heart. Okay. From any more woundedness, but please, like, wear a mask, take your vitamin C. I can't prescribe or diagnose. protect your lungs. Okay. This is about knowing when you're going to go into an environment and everyone there is going to be like gross and hacking and not covering their mouths and not taking appropriate, you know what I mean? It's infuriating. What other people don't care about their health, they don't care about anyone else's health either. A lot of the time when they're like that, they don't care about themselves. You could find yourself entering into some situations that are a bit polluted. Okay. So she wants you to just bring extra protection to that area. I also feel like you're coming out of a hard time. You're doing some heart healing. And I have your grandmother getting in on this message as well. And then this gentleman who's coming through here, watching over you in a paternal way, protecting you. He's quite tall. He's pushing 6 foot here. They're all getting in on this message. This is a period of time for you to sort of do nothing. I know that's impossible for you. And I know you're not going to listen anyways. So do they. Okay. We're going to say it anyways. We're all going to pretend. Let's play along. This is a time in your life for you to say basically to everyone else and everything else, just no. Okay? No. No is a complete sentence. No, I'm not entertaining this. No, you can't have more of my time. No, I'm not supporting you in this. It's just no, 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 no. And it's not because you're mean and it's not because you don't care. It's because this is a period of time in your life when the healing you need to do on your heart is really only going to come from you putting your energy back on yourself. You have sent out a message. I'm hearing a song. I think it was the Police sending out an SOS. A little bit before my time. Sending out an SOS. That's all I'm hearing. I don't even know what the rest of the lyrics are. You're going to have to Google that one. So anyways, you have sent out a message to the world around you that you are here to care. You are here to support. You are here to comply, basically with whatever demands or needs they have. And you've done it for so long that now a routine is set. And you have to break a bad habit in order to break the chains around your ankles. Set your grandmother showing you with butterfly wings. Set your wings free. This is for your freedom. This is for your creativity. This is for your healing. This is also for like future opportunities. You need to set yourself free by saying no. It's almost like saying no to them, including like stress. So if money stresses you out, you're saying no to your brain. You're saying no to your emotions. You're saying no to outside things, systems, right? Inhibitions. You're saying, no, I'm not entertaining that because I'm in a place right now of self-love. And that's going to be my main focus and my priority every day, all day, 24/7, including in your sleep. Okay, this is you taking control and power for the first time in your life and making it all about you until some of that heart healing is really done. You need to be in a very self-centered mentality. All right. And they'll help you with that. But I also feel like you have trouble slowing down and really fully listening to that. Oh, okay. That was the other thing I was supposed to say is that you have weaponized this against yourself. So you may have a tendency, and oddly, I think that came up earlier for someone else. So it's very possible, people, we have a collective message. Okay, let me know. Do you focus on additional work, to-do lists, other people, even reaching out? Does anyone need me in order to avoid yourself, in order to avoid the healing? Okay. And label it as like martyrdom, maybe. Okay. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. Okay. No more of this. All right. We're going to move on to Miami Heat 305-ish says any message is okay. All right. Any message from Spirit? Who's coming through? What do you have to say to Miami Heat? Miami Heat? It's your work and money guide. And your protector guide. Interesting. Someone's trying to steal your stuff. It's like, I did this labor. I came up with this idea. I channeled this creativity. There are no other sources to cite here. This came through me. And someone's trying to take it and run with it. Welcome to my world. Yeah. I had to get a lawyer. I had to put $150,000, penalty on people stealing my curriculum, which, it looks a little bit like this. It could also be ideas that you've had. Be careful who you're sharing with. Now, you're in a period of time right now where a lot of really great information is going to channel through you. And people who want to mimic you, to a degree, you can't do anything about it. But in other areas, you certainly can. And make sure that if you see it being done, you're calling it out. Okay, you're not just like 100% of the time susceptible to letting people just steal your shit, right? You're not. So especially work environments and things like this. But people are wanting to look like you. They're wanting to act like you. They're wanting to take what you put effort into and all the heavy lifting, blood, sweat, and tears. You did the work, and they're wanting to take credit for it. This is also a little bit creepy in that people are trying to almost like become you. Be mindful of narcissists. Be careful in dating. This is a huge problem. Okay, women tend to have in dating is that the men that they date want to become them. They sort of steal their personality and bring it into the next relationship, like they're enlightened or they're interesting or whatever. You know what I mean? Just be careful, because this isn't just coming up monetary. This isn't just coming up like professional. This is coming up social as well. I think that where you are and where you're headed is in a place of being seen and heard more. And people who are in a lack mentality are going to see your wealth mentality. Even if you don't think you have a wealth mentality, you have more than what they do. And for you, it's easy to create. All right. So you're just creating without sometimes putting a lot of effort in at all. It's just happening. And they're like, well, she didn't really have to try, so I'm just going to snag that from her. You need to have a certain level of defense up. Also, making sure that any work you're putting out there is protected by your name. Okay, this could also mean like insurance policies, things like this for the work that you do. I also have you offered promotions. This looks like it goes out about 3 months. So being offered promotions, being offered opportunities to be more seen and heard and take on additional tasks or increase your titles. So this is a big deal. There's a lot actually going on with you here. But it is also your job to make sure you're getting paid out what it is that you deserve. You're being recognized. These contracts are leaning in your favor before you agree. Just because some things are easy for you to do doesn't mean you should just be like giving it away for free. Okay. There's a lot of value and it's being seen. That doesn't mean that people are going to tell you that. All right. All right. Let's move on to another one. These are unlimited tonight, so you guys can ask as many as you want. Someone's saying a different spirit is trying to come through other than my dad, Jim, through my left ear. Who is trying to come through? And what are they trying to tell me? It's annoying, from Anne Marie. Okay, hold on. Let me write this down before you take it down. Anne Marie is saying someone other than Jim, who is your father. Okay, so like, what are they saying? Left ear. Okay. Left ear ringing, Anne Marie. Who else? What else is trying to come through? I actually feel like a lot of this is, these are different spirits. This isn't just one other person. So your mediumship has been activated, meaning it's increased. Okay. And I mean, you're really hitting the peak level. You're hitting the highest level that a person can have. unfortunately, when you're up there, it is a constant cycle of messages coming through. It is a constant cycle of spirits going through the area where you are, because you're almost like a portal in yourself. And you are also experiencing spirits that are coming in too close who don't have a message. So it's this whole network. It's like your AT&T. Okay. And they're not always trying to tell you anything. They're just coming in close enough to activate your mediumship. And your mediumship, unfortunately, is activated by tinnitus and probably some of these anxiety attacks. Now, I can't prescribe or diagnose, okay, but that could end up being a side effect of this. It's not altogether uncommon, but it is certainly annoying enough. I'm going to suggest the psychic mediumship course, learn the language. You're going to have to figure out how you want to manage this, because you can't be on all the time. And I know a lot of people like Long Island Medium will be like, there's no turning it off. And a lot of mediums who, the sort of I'm fourth, fifth, sixth generation, the spiritualist religion, which is in my opinion, a full on cult. Right. But anyways, they love to say you can't turn it off. You have to turn it off or you will lose your mind. You have to turn it off. You have to learn to control it. So it's a combination of things. There isn't just like one other person coming through. I know it seems that way, but that's really not accurate for what's going on here. It's a bunch of other spirits coming through. Some of them are male. Some of them are female and you're misreading them as male. Some of them are females. Some of them are connected to the house. Some are connected to your workspace. Some are connected to the other people around you. So it really has nothing to do with you, but because you have a light above your head that says like, I'm a taxi cab, I'm open, like I'm a medium, they're coming toward you. So it's three things you want to start thinking of. They came too close and activated my tinnitus. They are trying to pass a message through me, but I'm not a medium. I'm not a functioning medium right now. So I'm not delivering messages. Okay. Yeah, mama. Yes. I love you. I love you. This one's even activating mama. Okay. Or, they're passing through, because you're in a space and atmosphere where there are portals, there's Grand Central Station type of activity. There are other people around you who have a lot of spirit activity around them. Okay. And in the passing, it's activating. I think that you do have some other loved ones here, though, and I'll kind of wrap up with this message. You do have some other loved ones here who are trying to get you to, I'm hearing, recognize. It's almost like recognize who you are and where you're going, recognize where you're going, and pay a little bit more attention to detail. So it's almost like bigger picture thinking when you're out and about and living in the world. Okay. They're trying to sort of get your attention and to pay attention to bigger things. Yeah. Messaging, like numbers, animal totems, okay, even astrology, like they're trying to signify certain things to you. And it's to help you to sort of get to where you want to be and to figure out more of where you want to go. Okay, which could have a lot to do actually with like workspace and a potential relocation. So they're all different. This isn't one thing. This isn't just one other person. It is really annoying. I get it that way too. I get it with the ears. Ears, anxiety attacks. All right. Miami Heat 305-ish said, thank you, Ivy. You are welcome, Miami Heat. And thank you, Anne-Marie, as well. Abby says, general message from my guides for this month. Okay, Abby, guides. What do Abby's guides have to say for this month? Okay, so this month is February. February for Abby. What do you guys want to say? It's like put your money where your mouth is and put some money in your car. Put some money. It's almost like put more in your gas tank. Which can mean don't run out of gas, okay, quite literally. But I think this is more symbolic of like putting more energy back into yourself. When your gas tank is possibly running on empty. Okay, you are and watch your anxiety level, because that came up too here, where with put your own money where your mouth is. All right. But when your gas tank is running on empty, and this could really start to hit like the third week of February, you are going to find it's pretty impossible to just like backpedal. When the car is on empty, you are going to be calling AAA. You're going to be looking like a fool on the side of the road, begging someone to come bring you that big red with the orange nozzle tank of gas because you knew better. Okay? You're too old to be doing this. But it happens. And there is this ability that you have to prevent that. So prevent that, okay, from happening toward the end of the month. Because it's a lot easier to get balanced now. And that is now all the way through, like, very intensely. It feels like, the second week, definitely going into the third week, get more and more and more strict with yourself, making sure that you are A, putting your money where your mouth is, and B, not allowing anxiety to push you around. This could be fearful thinking. This could be ego, fear, manipulation, and control. This could be I'm not achieving what I want to, or this isn't good enough, or I need something more. This could also be for you cyclical patterns of thought or ruminating thoughts. I feel like you're really good. Put your money where your mouth is can also mean not just taking action on the things that you want to create. Okay. But making sure that if you are pretty good at preaching out to others how to live, how to, be successful, or how to create a lifestyle for yourself that is well balanced, how to heal, all these things that you seem to be very capable of telling others. Are you applying it to yourself? You're getting tested in these areas. So that is also put your money where your mouth is. I feel ultimately to, like, at the end of the month, you may experience a very loving relationship, where someone is coming to you and trying to, like, lavish their love on you, pamper you. It's almost like when this person comes near you, it feels like going to the spa, and you're pushing it away by either not fully acknowledging it or not being able to accept it. All right. It's like, I'm so tied up in my own stuff. I'm so tied up in my head. I'm so tied up in this and that and the other. I'm not making room to receive this love, to play. Okay. With this person. They could also end up being like situations, where the universe is coming to you, giving you loving things. And you're like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Okay. So really try to slow down at the end of the month and receive. As he agrees. Yes, the mama. You want to come up here? Come on up. Over here, over here, over here. Over here. Go around. Go underneath. There you go. Right here. Right here. Come on up. Come on up. I'll pet you. I love you. All right. So Melissa says, thank you so much. So Abby, thank you. Melissa, you are very welcome. We have Edgar. Okay, so Edgar is next. Edgar says, what messages would they like me to know right now about my friendship with Jennifer? I have pulled my energy back, but I plan to always support her at work. Okay, let's see if they have anything to say. Nope, just shaking heads. Nope. Is it just that? Okay. Yeah, try to energetically pull back. I know you said that you're like not maybe feeding. I want to say this. I feel like you're not feeding a desire as much as you were to like have more, get more. I want this to move. I want this to roll. I want this to be. I want this to be something other than what it is right in front of me. I want it to be this. And it's like, I'm just going to push. I'm just going to energetically shove. I'm just going to keep trying to make it happen. And the only way that could ever happen is if she moves, and you can't push someone else to move. You could try, but you're wasting your energy. And they're just like, especially your relationship guide is just saying like, no, just, keep it right here. I don't have anything else to say. It feels like you finally started to listen, but you need to see it in a very boxed in way of thinking, very destiny charted. Like this is fixed for a while, where, possibly even 3 years. This may be fixed now for a while, destiny charted, where you should expect it to just be more of the same and continue to evolve and move forward independent of wanting it to be different. Knowing that your goal there in the relationship is authentically just that. I am here to support her in work. I am here to support her, as like an acquaintance, a work buddy, a work friend. Like that's all it really is. Being able also to support her only in that without energetically pulling and tugging and wanting it to be something more, may result in her actually doing quite well in work and being able to give some of that back to you. So where she may not be able to give you the other things that you want or were hoping for, she may be able to increase some of your prosperity and vice versa. There is some nice energy there for sure. Okay. And it will remain nice and get nicer, deeper, more valuable if we can continue to do this. So they just shake their heads. Nope. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing. No additional messages there. All right. Thank you. Interesting. Ayana says, thank you. You are very welcome, Ayana. We are going to move on to the next one. This is for Mindy, aka Love and Beloved. So Mindy says, what message does my maternal grandpa, Bud, and grandma, Dorothy, have for me right now? All right, for Mindy. Mindy, can I speak to Bud and Dorothy? Bud and Dorothy, what do you have to say to Mindy? Your grandpa's clapping for you, very proud of you, but like just won't stop clapping. Like so proud of you, like ridiculously proud of you. Feels like you've gotten up and over a hump. All right. You've gotten up and over a hard time and he's just so proud of you. Like, don't ever also stop clapping for yourself. Know that he literally never stops clapping for you. Okay. He would be the first one up. If this were graduation ceremony or something, it's like, I'm the first one up. Everyone's sitting down. I'm still out here. He's got a loud clap too. It's like some people with big hands that can cup it, and it's just like deafening. He's steady, man. He is just a steady, solid dude. He is like backing you at all times. It is like, keep going, kiddo, get up, brush yourself off, keep going. Well, now I feel like you're kind of sitting pretty. I feel like you've gone through some really hard times, but now you're like, you're kind of up on your throne. You're the queen on the throne. You're just resting. You're resting now. And he's just ridiculously proud and grateful that you have also accepted their healing, the strength that they were sending you. He's grateful, okay, that you've been doing that and that you've been like reaching out to them and interacting with them. And he's grateful for the opportunity to go through this experience with you. I feel like a lot of other people are going to be very grateful to you. He's grateful that you will be able now that you're coming out of this to give it, pay it forward, hold the door open for others, heal others. Okay. This whole new chapter. He's grateful to you. I feel like you're grateful to them, Yes, he knows. And then Dorothy, what do you want to say? Okay, they're kind of funny. I don't know if she made a cookie log. I don't know why these look so flat to me. But I have him eating, like, it's like she baked something and he ate it. He ate it right out of the pan. Like, she didn't even get it off of there. It's like a log of something. Maybe it has some fruit in here, but it's like a cookie log. It's a dessert log. Anyways, I have I have her trying to give you sweet things, putting sweet things, okay, on your path, and whether you should be eating a ton of it or not is highly debatable, okay, but she's trying to put sweet things on your path and reminding you to just take some deep breaths, pat yourself on the back, like eat the cookie by the shoes, right? Pamper yourself. Hello, I see you under there. I knew you were under there. I think that things are going to move a lot faster for you now, and she's talking about the next 3 months. Things are going to move fast for you. So if there are situations where you felt like for the last 6 to 9 months, it was like this wall an obstacle, this block an obstacle, this postponement, this circumstance holding me back. Now I'm waiting on this. Now I'm just cycling and cycling and cycling, like waiting for a download of like information or for clearance. It's like, oh my God, can we move? Can we have something else, other than just this random combination of things that are all at the root holding me up? And she said, you're coming out of it. So it's like speed, acceleration, okay? Everything, fluidity, everything moving faster in your life, and a lot more happiness. She just shows you smiling. She said, don't forget how beautiful you are. You may be feeling more beautiful too. Quite literally. She said, like, you get this from me. But I think you do actually look quite a bit like her, especially like through, whether it's like dimples and or the cheeks, the jawline here, and like the eyes, the hairline. But she's saying that you may be feeling lighter, brighter. It's like aging in reverse. Like you are going to be not only moving faster, and all these breakthroughs will come, and getting back on track in a lot of ways, but like looking the part. Okay, celebrate yourself. She loves you very much. They both do. They love you very much. Also, red rose coming from him. So that he can be just representing both of them. Take it out resonates, but that is a birthday or anniversary right around this time. This can also be a passing anniversary or just a deep love. And I'm getting a white rose here and pulling off the thorns. So maybe you didn't get a proper goodbye, or there was a lack of closure with one of their passings. Okay. This is also symbolic of healing in general. And Abby says, thank you, Ivy, filling the gas tank. Yes. Fill your gas tank. It's so funny, right? You guys ever push it? It really is like the universe gave us vehicles just to remind us of our bodies, our minds, our souls, our human existence. I'm like, it really is the perfect metaphor, because you just push it just a little too far and you're going to end up, it's very hard to reverse. Very humiliating. Anna Pekka said, ask your spirits, is there anyone my grandfather named Joe thinks I should stay close to at this moment in my life in regards to being a good influence? Anna Pekka wants to know if Grandpa Joe thinks she should be dealing with anyone. Is this a good influence? A good influence? Well, he said you should be taking notes on people. And it's basically like, you may want to say good or bad, and you can't really fully do that at this stage. There is good and there's bad. There's a lot of nuance. We're living in the gray for sure. Okay. But there are some people, I feel two different characters in your life, one female, one male, who seemed, female's been here longer, or this is an older story with the female. The male is a little bit newer and definitely falling in your free will zone, which means it's up to his free will whether or not he's remaining valuable to you. It's up to your free will whether or not, you see it as valuable, utilize those opportunities or not. The one with the male may have more to do with trust, and the one with the female may have more to do with, I heard, longevity. Will she be here? Like, is she going to remain? Like, can I count on that? So that could be like stability, long-term productivity. With him, it's like, should I even get involved in this? Is he stable? Is he real? Is he shifty? I think that ultimately what's going on here is that you have a couple power players in your life who do hold opportunities for you and are able, they have the ability to add to your life, especially in regards to like work, resources, career titles, investments. They can show you the way. And I think that while these things may be limited as far as time is concerned, they're not like a forever eternity thing. You don't want to read that as them being inconsistent or like bad. We want to be careful with black and white categories. Is this good or bad, black or white, left or right or wrong? Like, it's in the gray. It's good now. And as long as it remains good, it will continue to for a while. But these are stepping stones as well. So yeah, I think so. But these people feel more professional to me. Acquaintances, professional, enjoyable friendships, but not like deep, intimate type of relationships. That's how that feels to me. All right. He loves you very much. And he said that's where you should be investing your time. So I think what he's also trying to say here is like, don't invest much time on like personal relationships right now. Not to say those aren't important, but like the most valuable players in your life right now, the most developed characters with the most integrity and opportunity for you are going to come through these more business type relationships. And Abby said, is there a new path with my work at TD this year? Okay, so this is for Abby. Abby, is there a new path with my work at TD this year? Okay, work and money guide for Abby. TD, is there a new path? There is, but I just feel like a deflated balloon, I just get this sense of like, I don't really want this, or this isn't what I had hoped, or it's not everything. Like I could do more somewhere else. I could be elsewhere. What else is out there? It's almost this image of you being like a little kid in a classroom, forced to sit at a desk right next to the window, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and that's like torture, right? It's like, I just want to be out there. I don't care what's happening in here. Yeah, I do wonder, okay, if it's something you're really going to want, or we could say it this way, there is a new path. I think it will be offered to you, obviously. I mean, that's why it's coming up, right? But I think that you could have opportunities outside of that as well. You could also take it and limit how much time you spend on it. So it's this idea of making sure you're not putting all your eggs in one basket forever and ever. You're seeing it as leverage, to something else. I think that would be wise. But yes. I do wonder if something's off about the pay too. It's kind of like, it seems like an awful lot for not enough payout. All right. And there are different ways to look at payout. It's like, how do I feel about the schedule? How do I feel about doing this work? Is this fulfilling for me? Is it uplifting for me? Just look at the consumption, okay, versus the payout on it. All right. We are going to move on to another one. Let's see where we are with this. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment of any kind. In particular, I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. All right. All right, please do subscribe and share this vid. Next one up is Ayana, and she says, I plan on relaunching my business. I feel like it's sort of hard for me to fluently receive messages for readings after I took a break for a while. What messages does Spirit have for me for this? Okay, so Ayana wants to relaunch her reading business. Okay, but I feel like it's sort of hard for me to fluently receive messages. Okay, so we're having issues with fluency. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say. Okay, so this is coming from your joy guide who watches over your mental and emotional well-being as well as your spiritual development. So the message here is essentially like don't stop, but make sure you're doing at least 3. All right, so this is like 3 to 4. Okay, if you can do 4, that'd be better. 4 or more. Okay, you need to be delivering not shorter messages, but longer messages, 3 to 4 minimum, let's say, in order for you to feel that you are consistently receiving, that there is, how did you say that? There's a lack of fluency there. You can correct that, but you can also feel as though you're getting in depth. Okay, so more in-depth messages instead of like random hits and, bouts of symbols. And it's like, just lacking. It's inconsistent and it's without depth, sporadic. I think that it's about you being in the energy with more deliberate intent than what you have in the past. So I think what they're talking about here is 3 to 4 a day. I think that it can be a tall order as well. And that's why a lot of people who get into this line of work find that it becomes very consuming. But if you were to take large breaks, for example, for like 3-4 days out of the week, you're not doing a single reading, that's where the problem seems to erupt. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. It's really in day 3 or 4 that you feel like you have picked up speed. It's really in the 3rd or the 4th reading you've given that you feel like you are picking up detail. And it's in the 3rd or the 4th day where you haven't done it at all, where you start to drop off. And there's no fluency there. So there you go. Okay. So that's what's going to be required. I'm not saying for everyone, but for you, for Esmeralda Marie, she's like opening doors and doing crazy things. So for you and where you are right now, I think that getting back into it would be great. I also think that you have to be ready to maintain it this next time you're getting back into it, because you could have some deterioration that is permanent. Okay, if you're kind of like relaunching and then like bringing in inconsistency, there could be some significant penalty for that. And I think that also you being able to avoid short messages or extremely short readings is also critical here, because we're trying to get you into the energy. Okay, which means you got to stay longer, you got to linger longer. So I would be careful with doing something like a 1-card flip. You know what I mean? Or something where it's like, I started a new show called Yes or No, and I actually love it. I think it's a lot of fun. You guys voted it in, but it's very fast. It's almost like a rapid fire type of show. It's like, yes, no, here's a little bit of background on why, and on to something else. And that doesn't really give a full comprehensive reading to someone, because we're just talking about like one question, one topic, So there's a lot out there. Try to do more fully developed comprehensive readings. You got money, you got love, you got health, you got travel, you got spirit messages coming through, all types of stuff, if that makes some sense. All right. Thank you. Edgar said, thank you, Ivy. You are very welcome, Edgar. And who do we have next? Love and Beloved said, thank you so much, Ivy. My grandparents have been coming to me together, so I had asked for them to be ready together. I sent another $10 to you. Your work is so meaningful and makes a difference. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes. Hi, Ezzy. You okay? What you doing down there? All right. Beautiful. From Mindy, no additional messages, just paying extra because your read of both of my grandparents. Thank you. Thank you for the extra donation. Awesome. Always appreciated for sure. Let's see if we have, okay, so we are going to do last call. All right, so you guys, this is last call. If you dropped your donation and you did not drop your question yet, you're going to want to do that at this time. If you want one more you already had, go ahead and do that at this time. Just a reminder that you can always do this through my website. So you can get a spirit message anytime. It comes to you as like a voice clip in your email. And that's going to be up on my website, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. You're going to click on spirit message. You can also gift it to someone else, okay, who needs to receive. And let's see if we are at time. We have another one here. Miami Heat said, hi, Ivy. I sent another one. I wanted to ask if any messages of advice are coming from my grandmother on mom's side. Okay, so for Miami Heat, grandma, any message from grandma, mom's side. I'm also hearing Rosemary or Rosemary or something. Rose. We have a couple ladies here. Okay, but we're going with grandma, mom's side. She's just talking about how beautiful you are and put your red lipstick on. Red lipstick is symbolic of power in your words, okay? Power in your presentation, power in you remaining centered and being able to use self-empowerment to actually attract powerful positions out into the world, okay? Sort of subdue other people so that you are putting yourself in powerful positions. They are giving you powerful positions. This idea of you putting on the red lipstick at this stage in your life is you knowing your value, you knowing your worth, you knowing how to relay information through literal speech, all right, in such a way that other people can't. So you should be getting, paid for that. There should be additional benefits coming in for that. Just know, okay, also that people want to see you. People don't just want to hear you, she said. People want to see you. So people want to look at you. People want to, anytime you could put your face along with your voice, when you're teaching, leading, guiding, healing, whatever, you're putting yourself out there. Okay, that's going to be an increase in power and money and opportunities. She's also talking about you doing more with whether it's ancestry, it's rituals, it's ceremonies. She said it's just mostly mediumship where you've been like talking to her more or talking to them more. She wants you to keep this up. She's also moving the hands on the clock. This is interesting. This is trippy. Okay. So I am a firm believer that sometimes time just stops. Okay. I swear to God, I know I sound nuts. Pay attention. She is taking the hands on a clock and she is moving them backward and pausing them for you. You are going to be moving into a greater sense of fulfillment in your life, more happiness, more joy, more inner peace, right? More celebration of yourself, of your life, because she's going to be able to pause time for you. And she wants you to take full advantage of that. Pay attention also when it's like, didn't I just look at the clock a little while ago and it was like the same thing? Like, how is this the same? Sometimes you look at the clock and it's like, how the hell did an hour pass? And sometimes you look at the clock and you're like, how did only 2 minutes pass? And it doesn't make any sense. Something is off about that. It, right? And time travel is possible and all these things. It's her letting you know that she did that for you and that you need to be more present. Okay? Enjoying yourself, celebrating yourself, tune into happiness. You may also get a weird like twitching in your stomach, almost like a muscle. That is also a call. She's going to be using this as like muscles or what do you call that? I get that when I get dehydrated, it's almost like, oh, you better hurry up and get your water, but it's like a muscle twitching. She's reminding you to come back to joy. Okay. come back to happiness, come back to center. But you're going to have a lot to celebrate. She's really, really proud of you, but I feel like you've gone deep with your mediumship too. And a lot of it is talking directly like to her and to them. All right. And then it feels like you're giving it out to other people as well. So it's like, I learned mediumship by talking to my ancestors, my deceased loved ones, you know, my guides. And now I know how to better give that out to others. So I feel like she's like leading you in this journey as well. Thank you. She loves you very much. Giving you a yellow rose too, which can be like fun travel, adventure, or trip. If you're debating on booking a trip around this time, if someone has said to you, like, do you want to come? I feel like this should be like an all girls thing, like all feminine energy or like whatever. It could be guys as long as they're in their feminine. But it's like, it's almost like an all girls trip, and it could be longer distance. Like you have to actually get on a plane to get there. Right. That could be fun, but that's what a yellow rose is. All right. It's big travel, big adventure, big fun. All right. Thank you. And do we have any other ones coming in, or are we at time? Nicole says, any messages from my spirit team? Okay. Spirit guides for Nicole. Any message for Nicole? Put your money away. It's almost like this idea of not a rainy day per se, but put your money away for future investment opportunities that will be coming in here. If there was something also you wanted to do with your house, or we would say house, real estate, residency, land, this could also be moving from one workspace to another. All of that is within the realm of possibilities at 1 year out from now, possibly even 9 months. We'll see. We can finagle timeline a little bit on this. But it's like, put your money away, put your resources away, have a clear cut understanding of what you want to invest in, where you want to go with things, how you want to increase. If you've been feeling a little bit like a mouse on a wheel, also like you weren't heard, okay? Because I'm getting like a closed throat chakra with you. Like I wasn't speaking my truth. I was a mouse on a wheel. Even when I did speak my truth, it wasn't really effective. You're coming out, okay? You're coming out of all of that. Your guides just like pulled open the curtains, these big, thick, like satin, or what do they call it? Velvet, thick, heavy velvet curtains. Like they just pulled it open. And it's like a stage. And it's like, now she's on stage, right? The light's coming down on you. Like the mic is up, go. Okay. The show is on. You're done. You're done with that old lifestyle for yourself. And it really wasn't one at all, right? It was just whatever crumbs fell, I just took. So I was like stuck in whatever I got, whatever I was given. And now you're like controlling the storyline, you're performing, you're taking, you're coming from your own inner source of power, right? And so like, this is going to be pretty amazing for you going forward. I think that not only are we going to see these like breakthroughs and, you know, more fluidity and you gaining access to the things that you've been wanting, but you are going to have increased opportunities through partnerships and networking and other things that you can run with. But it's like right now your mentality is not fully there yet. And that's what they want you to work on a little bit more, okay, is seeing it clearly, you know, because sometimes when opportunities come in and we're like, oh, I did want that. I didn't even think that was going to happen, right? And it's like, well, but don't you know you made it happen? Don't you know you made that happen through manifestation? Or like another example is you finally have a breakthrough or circumstance changes or moves or whatever. You know, you get the thing happens, and we go, oh, thank God, thank the universe. Oh, thank God, I got it, or I'm out of that. And it's like, don't you know you made that happen? Like, who are you thanking? Like, what are you looking at? What are you doing? It was you all along. Okay. So they want you to kind of hone in on what's really going on. Okay. Get the clear picture. But yes, all good things coming in here with that. Miami Heat 305-ish says, I appreciate you, Ivy. Thank you for everything. You are so welcome. I appreciate you. And thank you, Nicole, for your question. Do we have any more coming in? We are at time. All right. Just a reminder, you guys, that the empathic awareness training, you can take it from the comfort of your own home. It is a 2-hour training. I am teaching this at public schools, universities. I train doctors and therapists and educators and parents, but it is really designed for empaths, all 4 levels of empaths, neurodivergents, and intuitives. So empathic awareness will absolutely change your life. Registration is now open. It's next Tuesday, or no, this Tuesday. What day of the week is it? It's Bad Bunny Day. So it's Tuesday night, okay, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. You can get the video download if you can't attend live online. If you don't want to wait, it's also available already up on the website the last time I recorded it. So hope to see you there for that. We will be back here doing a live show Wednesday. I will see you back here for Coffee with Your Angels, which you guys voted in on the 2026 show lineup when we did the test shows. Coffee with Your Angels is a show where I channel your 2 angels that are appointed to you before you come to earth. You get a guardian angel and a protector angel, and they will deliver out to you whatever healing message you need to hear at this time. You can also ask specific questions about healing that you need. So I hope to see you back here for that. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Diana. Have a good night, everybody.